Hello everyone, this is Mr. Smith and I've got another little art activity for you here today. And today we're going to be talking about a very important artistic idea, and that is the idea of pattern. Now pattern is very simply when something repeats over and over and over again in a way that we can predict, in a way that's consistent. And we can use that in art to either fill a space or make a design in a long line, and it can make really interesting things happen in our art. For example, it can create some kinds of rhythm or movement or really beautiful decoration. So for example, here I've got this piece of paper with a bunch of different kinds of patterns on it, and we can see that they have different shapes and lines and marks that repeat over and over and over again, and they fill up the boxes of this paper. For example, we might have a pattern of stripes that goes line, 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 over and over and over again. Or a pattern of dots that goes dot, 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 over and over and over again. Or a pattern of shapes where we've got triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square. And it kind of sounds like a song because it's repeating again and again, like the rhythm of a song. Now we can also make patterns with our colors. For example, the patterns we just looked at, they have a pattern of colors where the colors repeat too, where it goes purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink. So we can even use color to create a pattern as well. Now, I like to use patterns in all different kinds of artwork with all different kinds of classes. For example, I made this landscape full of different patterns, or I've made this desert full of different patterns. And the interesting thing is that we can find patterns all around us in real life too. For example, I was just looking around at my desk here and I noticed that this tissue box that's by my desk has a pattern of swirly lines and curving lines all over it that covers up the tissue box. Or my coffee cup has a pattern of speckly little white dots that go dot, 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 and fill up the whole thing. Or for example, my shirt today has a pattern of stripes, of straight lines where it goes line, 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 all the way up and down the arm of my shirt. Or I've got this little alligator, this little wooden alligator guy on my desk, and he's got a pattern of white dots on his legs and on his sides, and on his back he's got a pattern of different colored dots. So he's got orange dot, red, blue, orange, red, blue, orange, red, blue, orange, and that's the pattern of dots on his back, which is pretty fun. So patterns can be seen all over. And what we're going to do is we're going to use patterns to make our very own work of art based on an animal. And one animal that has lots of interesting patterns is a snake. If you've ever seen pictures of snakes in real life, they can have beautiful patterns on their back in their scales. And so we're gonna make our very own snake, but instead of it just being a flat piece of paper, this snake is cool because in its spiral, in its coil, it can move like this. And so we could hang it up by its nose and let it hang down, or we could grab it by its tail and hang it up by its tail and have it move around just like a real snake would. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our own pattern back snake today. So first, we need to know what tools we're going to need to make our snake. And to make our snake today, we're gonna need just a few things. We're gonna need something to draw on, a piece of paper. We're gonna need something to draw with, some scissors to cut with, and something to add our colors with. For example, crayons are gonna work just fine. That's what I'm gonna use today. So these are the tools that we are going to need. And now I'll show you how to make your very own pattern back snake. Okay, so first we need to put our paper flat on our table, and we're gonna use our drawing tool, our pencil, to make a big spiral, a big swirl on our paper. Now the thing is, we wanna make our swirl nice and big so our snake can be big and long and we have room to fill it in. So I'm gonna start way out here at the edge of my paper, way out here at the edge of my paper, and I'm gonna start making a swirl that goes all the way around the edge of the paper, and then it gets a little smaller, and a little smaller, and a little smaller, until I get to the middle of the paper, kind of like that. So I'm gonna use this as my snake. So I started all the way at the edge and went all the way way to the middle. And I made sure that I filled my paper and I left enough room in between my lines that I can actually put some decorations in there. So that's our first step. The next thing we want to do is we want to take this little middle piece and turn it into the head of our snake. So I'm going to give my snake some, let's see, I'm going to give my snake some blue eyes. I'm going to put some eyes on my snake right in here. And I'm going to give him a nose. So I'm going to use some gray for his nose. So now I've got my snake right there. The next step that I need to do is I need to think about what kind of pattern am I going to put on his back. And it's got to be something that repeats again and again and again. So maybe I want to make a pattern with some different colors. Maybe I'll use like scarlet and purple and pink. Scarlet, purple, and pink. And so I'll have a pattern that goes scarlet, purple, pink, scarlet, purple, pink, scarlet, purple, pink. But you could use whatever kinds of colors you want. Whatever kinds of colors you want would work absolutely fine. And then let's see, I'm gonna make a pattern with different shapes on his back. And it's going to repeat along and along and along and along his back until it gets to the end of his tail. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go to a little bit faster video so you guys can see me make a pattern on my snake's back. And there we go. So now we can see how I filled the whole line of my snake's back with a repeating pattern. And my pattern goes line, square, squiggle, star. 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 Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until it gets all the way to the edge of my paper. All the way to the edge of my paper. Now, if you have extra time today and you work through making that pattern super duper fast, you might want to take a minute to add a little bit of color to the rest of your snake so he's not just a plain white piece of paper snake. For example, I'm going to fill in my snake with a little bit of orange. I'm gonna make it an orange snake. So I'm gonna go back to fast speed so you guys can see me add some color to my snake. There we go. Now it's time for me to take my paper and use my scissors to cut on that very first spiral line I made. So I'm gonna cut all the way from the edge of the paper right to the very middle, to right where the side of his head is. And then I'm gonna make sure I trim off the white edge and this little piece of his tail that looks a little bit too big over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that next. So the next step is to cut on that spiral line and trim our snake shape out. Woohoo, all right. So I cut out all of the extra pieces of my white paper and I cut all the way on my big spiral. Now the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean up the pieces I need to clean up with my scissors. I'm gonna trim off this last little bit of white space that I've got over here from outside of the snake body over there. And then his tail looks a little bit chunky right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trim that tail down so it's a little bit more pointed, just like a real life snake has a pointed tail. And I can move all these scraps out of the way. And now you can see I have my very own springy, coiled pattern snake, just like that. And now we could hang it up on the wall and let it dangle down, or we could hang it up from the roof or the ceiling and let our snakes hang down all over, which is pretty fun. Well, I hope you guys have fun making your own pattern back snake. I'm really curious to see what kind of patterns can you come up with to decorate the back of your snake. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys for another art lesson very soon.